Hi guys, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what will I be serving up for you guys is a deck that finally arrived today. I succumbed to temptation again. I don't know if it's against my better judgment or I don't know what possessed me, but maybe I fell to the hype. I mean, I guess you'll be the judge of that and I'll be the judge of it. Anyways, without further ado, what is this deck that I'm talking about? As you can see, very easy to see. It is the Trionfi della Illustrated Edition. Now, I know that this deck is very polarizing. It is pretty much as polarizing as whether the best peanut butter is crunchy or smooth. The answer, and the correct answer, is smooth, by the way. There are no other peanut butter better than smooth. And to just have a little story of myself, oh my goodness, ring light forever, of myself and Patrick Valenza's deck. I do know about Deviant Moon. I had seen it many times before in stores, online, other YouTubers, and I don't like it. In short, if I can explain like that, the images were, I'm sure you've heard all the qualifiers for this deck. You know, it's weird, it's creepy, spooky, scary. It didn't vibe with me. And you know, one point, I don't even remember how I heard about the Trionfi della being in existence or something like that. But I think I had seen someone had talked about the Marseille version. I want to say maybe in one of the Discord groups I'm in. And then someone had shared that there was going to be an illustrated Pips edition. And I kept on seeing images of just the Marseille version. And again, the images, I don't know, it was odd, weird. I didn't feel like there was anything. But for some reason, the more that I heard about this deck coming out, and the more that I kept on seeing images of, not necessarily Deviant Moon, because Deviant Moon, we are like, I already know Deviant Moon and it's just not meant to be, and that's fine with it. But Trionfi, for some reason, there was something that was pulling me more and more towards it, and I have no idea why. And at one point, I decided, you know what? I'll pull the plug. I'll get it. It's totally not in my aesthetics. And if you look at my videos of other deck flip throughs and reviews that I've done, you can see what I normally go for. And Trionfi della is at very much the extreme end of the bell curves of decks or style appeals. But I got it. And now it's here. And I think one of its first missions is going to be, why have you been plaguing my mind, living in my head rent-free like that for so long? Not even Deviant Moon or other decks have like bothered me so much the way that Trionfi della did. So I don't know, maybe I'll look to see if there's some sort of a spread or maybe some deck interview or anything like that I'll go and just to see, you know, what's this curiosity that got me to this deck. So and already, like, you have an image like this for the Three of Cups. Like this, I would look at this and be like, no, it's like, and mind you, I have Tarot Marseille by Polka, and it's a pretty, like, you know, vulgar at time imagery, but this is just I don't know. Anyways, so for Trionfi della Illustrated Pips edition, and I know I mentioned it already, but it's by Patrick Valenza. It comes in a tuck box. We have at least a little thumb opening, which makes it so much easier to open the box. And we all know about the hype about this deck. He advertised it with absolutely no image, no spoiler, no preview, no nothing. It was one of those, you saw the majors in the Marseille version, just imagine that plus illustration for the minors. So we are getting it out of the box, and there is yet another plastic film to get through. And also when I opened the box, it came with a this card here, number 44, the witch, which seems to be like the original color, and then with the colors inversed. So we'll put that aside. Now I have to find my thing, my little pokey poke, so I can take the plastic out. This is so much fun. Oh, wait, sometimes they're nice to us and they give us like quick tabs, which this one does not have. So I will have to carefully find a spot. Oh, there you go. At least there's a spot right here. Sorry, guys. There you go. And we open the plastic. All right. Okay, so here we are. Finally, we have the deck. Here is the back of the cards. Very reversible friendly, as you can see. No, my whoops. Don't start falling off of me, please. There we go. Just feeling the card. Oh yeah, it's the same thing as this one. Feeling the card. It's a thin, has some body. It's definitely, I will definitely put this in the category of watch out how you shuffle. On a scale of Modern Witch being thick and Joy Seeker being very thin, I'm putting this in the Joy Seeker half. I would say, it feels like another deck thinner than US Games, or even, I don't know if it's possible, but it almost feels a smidgen thinner than Los Scarabeo. Like I would put it in the same level of deck thickness. Okay, and so now we have a little calling card for Trionfi. And so basically you will see me reacting to this deck. I imagine the same way I would if I were to look at every single card of Deviant Moon. And so here, oh, at the back of the what I'm calling the calling card, oh, it has a shine to this card. So it says, Trionfi della Luna evolved from a series of spontaneous ink drawings created on the wrappers of signed Deviant Moon tarot decks. In this newly reimagined edition, we have illustrated the pips into complete pictorial scenes. Download the little white book at the website here, and as well as the copyright. And see, you know, I don't want this moon here. This one, it's okay. It's pretty cool. So, in any case, let me find a spot where the glare won't be so so bad for the cards. I think it'll be okay right here. So let's zoom and take a look at the cards, starting with the Fool. And see, and this is what I mean by I don't understand why I got this deck, but this deck has been bugging me to get it, and I need to figure out why. Here we have the Fool. You know, I can kind of understand here with the devil whispering in the person's ear. And I think I feel like I should be putting some sort of warning, like if you're not into vulgar images or vulgar scenes, a bit like well, I doubt it's gonna be like as gory as Polka, but anyways, be aware. Okay, be aware, because I know this deck is super polarizing. It's yes, it's no, there's no in between, and I happen to manage to make myself be in between. In any case, the Fool. Now we have the Magician, which manages to not only have 3 legs like in the Marseille edition, but 3 actual legs. So I can kind of see the humor. And we have, it seems like this dagger was used recently. Maybe someone, and I don't, what's the story behind this? Who knows? Then the High Priestess. I don't mind this one. This one I can venture to say I like. I'm okay. the Empress. It's so funky. The Emperor. He manages to look so aristocratic. And the absurd. Like, to me, like, this seems absurd, but, like, I don't know. Then we have the Hierophant. I feel like there's a story here. Then the Lovers. I think what gets me is that, like, you know, if the characters are depicted like chest naked, it's like the breasts, like, for example, I mean, like, I have in my head that song, like, do your boobs hang low? And I know if somebody knows that song, that like remake of that song, then you know what I mean. But I mean, they look more like udders, like cow udders, the way that they're placed, like, so much at the stomach level than actual chest level. But anyways, that's just my head. My head has lots of question about this deck. And then the Chariot with these weird creatures here getting controlled by their hair, by this, I don't know, sun creature, moon creature. Then Justice in position 8, so it's Marseille style. I think I mentioned, did I mention that it was Marseille style? Or is it RWS but with Marseille placement for the majors? In any case, Justice, I'm okay with it. Okay, the Hermit. For some reason, when I flipped the card and I thought that he was flipping the bird. I didn't see that it was actually two finger, not just one. And I was like, why is he flipping the bird? So yeah, okay. Wheel of Fortune. You know what? I can accept weird Wheel of Fortune. I always find the Wheel of Fortune always like kind of drawn funky, more funky. So I'm okay with that one. I'm okay. Then Strength. I'm looking at this card and I'm still wondering what is pulling me towards this deck. The Hangman. Now this is interesting because there was another deck of mine, which now I cannot think of which one it was, that depicted the Hangman similar in the sense that there was a snake coiling up to the person and it looked like either it was about to whisper or bite him. Now, which deck is that? It's one of my, I know it's in one of my videos. I'll probably find, if I find it, or if you guys find it, you can put it in the comment section, but it's not the first time I saw this. And this is the carte sans nom, or the card without a name, Death. And oh my goodness, so much going on. Like, if I were to see this normally, I'd be like, no, that's not my style. I'm not getting this. But why am I getting this? Temperance. I enjoy this elephant, and I kind of want to know why there's an elephant right there just chilling. The Devil. The Tower. The Star. It's so odd. It's like every part of the character's body is like calling out to the star. Like the face is calling out here, the head here is calling out to the star, this little bug here is calling out. What? I don't. But I will say what I do like, I enjoy decks with like that's not necessarily like stark white, when it has a little bit of like either like sepia tone like this one, or this, yeah, sepia antique background, or off white. I like it. I find an appeal to it. There's the Moon. The Sun. I don't know. I'm looking at some because to me I like the sun to be like happy joyous and I'm like, but why are you sticking your hand in its stomach? I need to have explanations for this. And I guess I'll have to go on the website and hopefully there'll be explanations there. I know there's a big book that he published. I don't know. I don't know that I'll necessarily go and buy it, but if I can find the information online on his website, then I'll go there. We have judgment. And then the world. All right. So now let's go with the minors. We are starting off with the wands. I mean, typical RWS/Marseille look. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe a bit more Marseille more than anything. What am I saying? Two of Wands. Three of Wands. See this, I find it nice. It's like he's this. I'm gonna call it this little devil. Is like fine. Is like having. I feel like he's having joy in watching his three stalks growing and coming, like about to go and bear fruit or like flower, whatever the end point is. Four of Wands. This one I'm okay. I like this one. I can say I like this one. Then five. You have the Six of Wands. I feel like he's more pretentious or almost arrogant more than like, ooh, victory. I don't know. That's my first impression. Then the Seven. Eight. Very typical. Got the Nine of Wands. Also typical. And then Ten of Wands. Now for the page. All right, the Knight of Wands. It's the beast is not in action like you would see in classic Rider-Waite-Smith, but there are lands that are on fire in the background. So, I mean, there are some actions happening. Then the Queen of Wands. I would have been very surprised if there was a black cat somewhere in there. But I need to know why there's all these people in the back. Well, people, spirits, whatever. Then the King. All right, now we go to the next suit, which is Cups. I like that one. I like that one. It's not bad. It's not bad. I see the opulence. We got two. Oh, it looks like they're having like a romantic date under the moonlight. Maybe she's pregnant. I don't know. And that Three of Cups. Oh my goodness, I can't with the Three of Cups. And I have Polka, and Polka is ridiculous in that same sense. And with Polka, I said the same thing. Like, oh my goodness, this is like revelry, a frat party, basically. This is one of those like, look what I can do. Or those viral videos you see on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Oh my goodness, the Three of Cups. I just can't with you. Then the Four of Cups. Very similar to Rider-Waite-Smith. Oh my goodness, Five of Cups. He's just drowning in his sorrow. And even the moon is bleeding out. Wowie, wow. Then the Six of Cups. It's wholesome. It's looking wholesome. Whoop. Then the Seven of Cups. I think I'm trying to remember. I think all the same people. Well, there are some differences to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but some of the elements are there. And we have the Eight of Cups. Feels like some lover whose advances were rejected and he's just like walking away all in a huff. Well, I never. Oh! Then the Nine of Cups. What is going on? Why is there an eye on your stomach? I want answers. Maybe it's overabundance. Then 10. Oh my goodness, these cards, like, let them have like a layer of air in between them and they just fly off. Now we have the Page of Cups. All right, I don't know what happened to the fish in the chalice that normally is in there, but it might be in its belly. Then the Knight of Cups. Such an odd transportation device. The Queen of Cups. Is it kind of like so emotive, even her clothing is water itself or something? Then the King of Wands, also with the watery, quite literally, material. Now we are going on to the swords with the Ace. And here seems like he nicked his finger. The Two of Swords. I don't mind it. I like this either or. Not sure what to do. Hesitation. You know what it makes me think? I'm just flipping back. There was this commercial, the Twix commercial, where there was the left Twix factory and the right Twix factory. And it was a silly one. It was basically, and then I forgot in which factory, but one of the employees like, hey, what if we put what if we put the left and the right Twix together or something? And he's like, and the president was like, no, 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 it cannot be the left with the right. And it was just like this it was just very convoluted to be like, no, 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 no. We say that it's a wafer that's wrapped in whatever, but they say that it's a cookie wrapped, and that's just unacceptable or something like that. But that's what it makes me think of. Very long, drawn out explanation. Don't mind me. Anyways, Three of Swords. He seems in a very sad position. The Four of Swords, which talks about rest, and I'm guessing that's where we're getting at here. But then there are these four swords that are kind of like the point is bleeding. So I don't know, is one of those you rest, like we poked you into a rest mode, or I don't know. Okay, now the Five of Swords. I don't know if I like it, or maybe because it's a little bit out there. Cause I don't know, she's about to decapitate herself, and maybe self-sabotage. Maybe it's talking about self-sabotage. I think, looking at it. Then the Six of Swords. I mean, all good and well. Seven of Swords, looking especially shifty and sneaky, but still nothing to see here. Although it looks like he went to like backstabbing modes to get those swords. Then the Eight of Swords, very, very similar to classic RWS. The Nine of Swords, I feel a little bit more despair. I'm getting that feel. Yeah. Oh boy, Ten of Swords. Ooh, boo, 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 boy. Well, yeah, it's out there. It's gruesome. I I less like that one. Page of Swords. And then the Knight of Swords. Aboard the most horse-looking beast out there. You know what? I kind of like that beast. It looks like a horse and it spits fire. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Then the Queen of Swords. I don't know if it's me, but she's looking a little bit defeated, or like maybe not defeated, but exhausted. I don't know. I like my Queen of Swords decisive. Like, we're not taking any crap and it's time to like cut through the nonsense. I don't know if maybe it's after the fact. But like even here, I mean, the plants here are kind of wilting. Maybe it's after the fact because behind her there's this fire, and what just crossed my mind was one of those, okay, I cut through the crap, like, you know, I did what I had to do. It was bloody, it was ugly, and now we're coming back because even her clothes is tattered. It's one of those like, I was done with this crap. We're burning everything down. Now I'm going home type of thing. So maybe it's an after the fact. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. And now the King of Swords. Why does he have a knife hiding behind his back? It's giving me like the darker, I don't know if I want to call it darker or reverse aspect of King of Swords, where it's manipulative and, you know, can wrap you around his finger with like their good words and the way that they speak and stuff, like Charmer in the less healthy sense. And I don't know, are they related? Do they look like they could be related? Yeah. To be continued. Now Pentacles. I have to say that is a nice Ace of Pentacle card, and there are no hands in this case. Oh boy. Two of Coins. Oh, what a bum. And you know what? That is a. I'm. You know what? To be honest, I'm a bit jealous of that bum. I wish I had that bum. If I could have that bum, I'd be happy. But definitely balancing, equilibrium and all of that. Well done, sir, with your bundle steals. Then we got the Three of Coins. Again, pretty nice. Very similar to the classic. Oh boy. Oh boy. I got hit by two things at once. First off, how miserly Ebenezer Scrooge. And then by this apparition over there, like, my goodness. Woo. It's not that I don't like it, but oh my goodness. Woo. It attacked my eyes. Five of Coins. Yeah, once again, quite classic. You in the classic art list, there's like another person there, but we can sense the lack and the wanting and the missing. And here in the Six of Coins. It's so out there. Then the Seven of Coins. All right, I get it. The waiting, anticipating. Should you start plucking now or wait? Then the Eight of Coins. All right, in this case, he's digging. He's working hard to get to those coins. Now the Nine of Coins. All right. And then the 10 of Coins. It looks like a king giving like alms to the poor, or doesn't necessarily look like a family thing. It looks more like a, yeah, like I mentioned, a king giving alms to the poor or something, or sharing the wealth. And now we have the Page of Coins. Oh my goodness, the Knight of Coins. Talk about like not moving. It's giving me Snorlax vibes. And then the Queen of Coins. And then finally the King of Coins. They're all rotund. All right, now these are some extra cards, I think, because I was getting to the end and I'm like, why are there more? I don't remember. These are, oh, what is the name of it? I think it's part of like the Oracle card series, if I'm not mistaken, or alternate cards that you can use, because here there's 15. So let's look at it. It's an alternate for the Devil. Here, I'll put them aside here. And an alternate for the Star. I don't mind it. I don't know which one I would pick between the two. Then the House of God, which is another way of saying the Tower. The House of God is more, you'd find it more in the Marseille. But here, what's interesting is instead of them either falling or throwing themselves out of the tower, here it's like they managed to run out of it. As opposed to being like pelted out, they're like, all right, we can see that like this is a bad situation, we're getting out. Then the lightning, what is this, 15, 16? Holy judgment. Oh, no, I don't think I would put that in my deck unless I want to scare the crap out of somebody. Scaring them my own, this is like, woo, you done did bad. Then another devil. This is more grotesque looking. And yet another devil. I said more grotesque looking, but yeah, no, this one is more grotesque. Oop. Another devil. This is how much like I did not want to see any spoilers. I know other YouTubers have presented the deck. I didn't look at nothing after I ordered it. I just sat on my hands. I said, I will figure out why the heck this is. I need this deck in my collection. Oh my goodness, how many devil cards do you want? This makes me think of the deck with like the 13 death cards. If you know what that deck is. And then a more glamorous devil? Can we call it that? A more glamorous? And then this devil, which is closest to typical depiction of the devil. I might add it, but it's a teensy-weensy type of grotesque just for the middle part here, and especially if I decide to use this deck on other people, I don't necessarily want to shock them any more than I need to. So that is that. Here is the flip through of Trionfi della by Patrick Valenza. So having gone through this, what am I thinking? Once again, this deck is pulling me in and I do not know why. I will have, I guess, to find a time to work with this deck. I don't know when I will work with this deck. Maybe I could wait until like more fall-ish, Halloween-y time. I don't know. I do enjoy that it's off-white. I didn't realize until now, and looking at a deck, like an example physically of a deck that's not stark white, that's more antique-y, I didn't realize how much I would enjoy a deck not being just white. Well, even if it's just a white border. The jury's out. The jury's out, because I was in the camp of those that were like, no to Deviant Moon and no to these sort of like really funky decks, and yet here I am with this deck in my hands. I am shuffling it, and I mean, I do have to say, oh, no clumping, not an issue at all. Even look at that, it has even a little bit of a spring. And if you're not careful, when you put them in the pile, some cards, it seems like they trap a little layer of air so that the one card or two cards on top, they kind of slip on off. I do have to say it does shuffle well. I'll give it that. And I do enjoy something that slips nicely. See, even like this. Look at this. Oh, this is really nice. Even on the long side, there's a little bit of a bend that you can have with the cards, but you do have to be careful. Look at this. This is very nice. I would have fun with this. Oh, what just fell out? Oh, look at that, Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, it is what it is. I think that's essentially what they're trying to tell me. It is what it is. It's going to be a whole lot of chance as to whether or not I will get along with this deck. I will, dare I say it, like this deck. Will it, I don't know, provide me something that I didn't know that I needed? Maybe maybe it's what do you call it, shadow deck, or for shadow work or something like that. Maybe it's meant for me to use it with a particular person that'll come out at a later time. I don't know yet. But with that all said, I'll end the video here. Tell me, what do you think of Trionfi della Luna? I think that's how I'm going to say it now. By Patrick Valenza. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you pro or against Trionfi, Deviant Moon, or Polka? These sort of like twisted reality, parallel universe type of style or decks. Let me know what you think. Did you order a deck? Would you use it? And in fact, you know what? Give me some advice. What do you think this deck would be best for? Shadow work, maybe some more serious questions, or maybe lighter questions. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna have a plot twist on me. Let me know your comments in that box down below, because I already said the word comments, but down there, boop boop. And until next time, thank you so much for spending some time to listen to me ramble about a deck. And until next time, bye bye.